Hey, it's the Fort Worth Playboy, and welcome to Fort Worth Playboy's question of the day. It is May 22nd, 2024, and we're glad you're here. And the question of the day is it's a beginner question that kind of moves into the intermediate. Once you kind of got some experience under your belt, you become a little bit more um, aware of where a girl is as far as her attraction to you. And the question that I get, and it's relatively regular, is should I go out with this girl again, or should I ask this girl out again? It's one of those where the guy's gone out with her like 2 or 3 times, and he's not sleeping with her yet. So he's not sure exactly where her head is or if she's attracted to him. He can't really read her. And this is very much a beginner problem because just like with most guys that use my like how to build a dating system, you get better at one picking who you go out with. You go out with yes girls, you ignore the no girls completely. And then the maybe girls, you can kind of spend some time with them a little bit if you have some extra time, which once you get rolling with identifying yes girls and becoming more attractive and attracting more girls, you won't have time for maybe girls. You won't even see them anymore. But getting better at picking and then having a system that can help move, because a lot of guys drop the ball on logistics. They literally just have bad logistics. They drive 45 minutes out to meet a girl, then drive 45 minutes back. She's been in the car for an hour and a half, and her desire to have sex is gone, or she's been able to like think about it, and she thinks about her girlfriend finding out or her current ex-boyfriend who she wants to get back with. There's all kinds of head trash going on. So bad logistics, all of these things. That's why if you have like my how to build a dating system, a lot of that stuff gets smoothed over. And so you tend to have sex on the first or the second date. But for beginners, some intermediate, they'll say, hey, should I ask this girl out again? And my question always is you should, let's say you're going from the third to the fourth date or fourth to the fifth, which you shouldn't be in that position very often if you're learning. Is a physical escalation moving forward? Like the DiCarlo physical escalation ladder. I want you to look that up if you're not sure how physical escalation goes. It's like touching on the arm, touching on the leg, touching on the abdomen, kissing, then basically petting, for lack of a better word. I can't believe I ended up using that word in my life. And then, different sexual intercourse. The escalation ladder from basically, to keep it simple, hand holding to groping to sex. Is it moving forward? Is each time you're meeting the girl, is the escalation going up? So that is the answer to your question. If from date 1 to date 2, you went from first base to second base, from date 2 to date 3, second base to third base, and then you have the potential to go if it's moving forward. But if you make out heavy petting on the second date, then on the third date, she won't let you kiss her. There should not be a fourth date. It means things are not going in the right way. So you should be moving up on each date. You should be making a little bit of progress. That is saying that all the logistics are good. You're in the right place. You have privacy and everything else looks good. You can't do this in the middle of a stadium if you're at a concert or something stupid like that, which you shouldn't be doing anyway if you haven't had sex with her yet. Again, if you're going out to meet for drinks and it's in the evening, the chance of you having sex go higher than if you're meeting for coffee at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. I know. There are guys that close on coffee dates at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday, and she's got to be at work. But these are not what we're talking about. We're talking about you're not closing. You need everything to be kind of stacked in your favor. The later you meet, the darker it is, the sexier the venue. You're stacking the deck in your favor to physically escalate and move her to sex, which is where she really wants you to take her, if all things are in the right place, if she is a yes girl. So that's the real deal, is you need to ask yourself, if you're like, man, I'm not sure if I should go to the next, if I should ask her out again. Are you making progress physically moving her towards sex? Remember, asking her out, setting up the logistics, and making sex happen is your job, nothing else. It's up to her to decide whether you guys have a relationship, how many kids you have, what color the flowers are at the wedding. All of that is her business. You only have 3 things: asking her out, setting up the logistics, making sex happen. Remember, women cannot have any responsibility whatsoever for making sex happen. So you have to do it. They have to have plausible deniability that no matter how their girlfriends ask, how did you guys end up in bed together? It just happened. It just happened. We went up to see his guitar collection, and it just happened. He said he has a cute dog. So we went up, and it just happened. That's how it has to be for girls, so they can mentally process it and deal with it. You need to know that your job is asking her out, making the logistics work, and then making sex happen. And her job is all the other stuff, all the relationship stuff, all the prep, all the are we boyfriend, girlfriend. Let her take care of all that. Your job is to make things happen. And if you are doing this properly and trying to move her up the escalation ladder, physically escalation, and she is moving with you, then you're going in the right direction and should keep asking her out until you finally hit where you want to be. And if she's resisting that, if she's backpedaling, if you guys are messing around and then the next time you guys meet up, she's like, well, I felt really bad about what we did, and I don't really think I should be doing that. No problem. You end the date right there. You know that it's not going to go forward. You can just stop right there. Again, as long as you're physically escalating, moving towards sex, which is your job, then you can continue to ask her out. And some girls are a little bit slower to warm up, and depending on your age and experience, that's what matters. Again, each person is an individual sample. So you can have some general rules, but know that you'll have to kind of like check each girl. Every girl has a unique history. They're kind of similar sometimes, but you always look at the exact situation that you're dealing with and then make your decision there. But again, if you're physically escalating, keep moving forward if that's what you desire. Sometimes once you get like 2 or 3 girls rolling, you just don't have time or the interest in dragging some girl into the 3rd or 4th date to have sex. You'll be like, bam, bam, okay, it's not going to happen. Then you forget about her because you're like actually going out the next night with a girl that sleeps with you on the first date. So that's what happens is as you learn this stuff, you become way better at it. And I can't believe I never showed the question today. Just like that. That's how things happen. And I'm going to show you what product I recommend should you be in this situation or I'm learning how to pick up girls, is the Fast Start Guide. There's 4 books: the Magic Bullet Online Dating Profile Handbook, the Instant Self-Confidence. You can never have too much confidence. You can't with online dating. Same rules apply. You don't have to use online. You can still meet them on the street, at school, at your job. It doesn't matter. But it gives you a source should you want to go online, how to do it right the first time. So you're not on the internet crying to all these guys about how online dating doesn't work because you used a picture from your wedding where you cut your wife out and then took a picture of it, and you have a fish in the other one, and you can't figure out why nobody's matching with you. So we show you how to make the right pictures, set the right bio up, and move them from stranger to in your bed pretty quickly. Instant self-confidence. Can't ever have too much self-confidence. Build your dating system. Again, moving them from complete stranger to in your bed in a logistical a planned, reliable, repeatable system. And then fucking like a porn star. That teaches you how to do this right. That way you get repeat business and referrals. There's really no downside. There's no reason to get her into bed and then fumble the ball right then. And that's a collaboration between me and little Miss My Playboy's Bunny. But these 4 books together, and it's one bundle. And you can find that at fortworthplayboy.gumroad Fast Start. And it's one of my most popular products. It just has everything you need in it. And no matter, the magic bullet, if you're down on online dating, one, take a look at it. It might solve like the 1 or 2 things that you might be missing that's keeping you from like really tapping into that. And if you don't like online dating at all, you can ignore it and go immediately to instant self-confidence, build your dating system. Where you get the number, where you meet the girl is really irrelevant. It's getting them on the phone, logistics only, meeting them. And that's when the game really starts, is the first time they meet up with you physically in person. So that's when the game that matters really starts. You have to start running game from the beginning, though, if you want them to meet up with you. So that's a real deal on the question of the day. Should I go out with this girl again? Should I ask this girl out again? As long as you're physically escalating, and if you have any questions about escalation, you can look up the DiCarlo, DiCarlo, DiCarlo escalation ladder. Look that up. It's a guy that took things that we kind of like know, how moving girls, up physically, and he actually just laid it into a program or a step-by-step, which is which. It's kind of like the old Joe Weider bodybuilding program. He took all these things that all the bodybuilders knew how to do, and he put his name on them. DiCarlo did the same thing. He did these things that all these pickup artists and players and playboys have done for centuries, and he put his name on it. And it makes sense, but it gives you something to follow, and it's a logical step-by-step, and guys need logic so they're not like all over the place. So if you guys like it, share it. If you want to pick up the Fast Start Guide, fortworthplayboy.gumroad Fast Start. And if you have any questions, by all means, you can email me, DM on Twitter, ask on YouTube, go direct, and I will talk to you guys in about 10 minutes. Have a great day.